Hello guys and welcome back to Stress Ninja TV, where we serve you the hottest, loudest, and most controversial gist straight out of Nollywood. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, share, and drop your comment because today's gist is not for the faint-hearted. We're diving straight into the storm that's currently shaking the entire Nollywood fanbase, the internet war that's got everyone choosing sides, arguing in comment sections, and defending their favorites like loyal soldiers. This is not just any ordinary drama. This is Maurice Sam's supporters versus Bryan Okwara's army, and trust me, it's getting messier by the day. Now, if you've been anywhere near Nollywood gist pages, YouTube comments, or TikTok edits lately, you already know what I'm talking about. Two of Nollywood's most loved and admired men, Maurice Sam and Bryan Okwara, have unintentionally sparked a fan war that has divided the internet into two powerful camps. These are not just casual fans, these are die-hard loyalists who are ready to defend their king at any cost. It started as friendly admiration but quickly turned into a digital battlefield, with fans throwing words, memes, and even entire video compilations just to prove that their favorite actor is the superior one. The whole thing began innocently, a movie premiere where both Maurice Sam and Bryan Okwara appeared alongside Nollywood queens Sonia Uche and Parwat. The cameras captured moments that fans interpreted in ways that set off a firestorm. Bryan Okwara, ever the gentleman, showed up in a sleek tuxedo, exuding class, calmness, and that effortless charm that has always made him stand out. Meanwhile, Maurice Sam arrived later with that confident smile and casual charisma that fans say could melt hearts in seconds. But the real spark came when clips of both men interacting with the actresses surfaced online. And that was it, social media caught fire. Under one video clip where Maurice and Sonia were laughing and playfully talking, a fan commented, "Forget it, nobody has the chemistry Maurice has with any female star. He makes them glow." Not long after, another fan replied, "Glow. Please, Bryan is the definition of elegance." When Bryan steps into a scene, the whole mood changes. From that moment, the line was drawn. Hashtags began trending overnight. Hashtag Team Maurice and hashtag Bryan Army, and both sides started recruiting new followers like it was a political campaign. The Maurice Sam supporters are loud, passionate, and deeply loyal. They describe Maurice as the real face of modern Nollywood, humble, relatable, and powerful. They praise his emotional range, his smile, and his undeniable chemistry with co-stars like Sonia Uche and Parwat. To them, Maurice doesn't just act, he connects. One fan wrote on X, "Maurice Sam is the people's actor. He's the man who can make you cry, laugh, and fall in love in one scene." Another user added, "When Maurice acts, you don't see a script, you see real life." On the other side, Bryan Okwara's army holds their ground with pride and elegance. They argue that Bryan represents the class and prestige that Nollywood was built on. To them, he's the man who carries both looks and legacy, a symbol of sophistication and timeless charm. Bryan doesn't need to overact, his presence alone commands attention, one Bryan supporter posted under a viral TikTok edit. Another wrote, "Bryan Okwara is Nollywood royalty. The rest are just following his lead." Before long, the debate left the comment sections and spilled into full-blown fan wars. Instagram pages started creating posts titled, "Who's the real Nollywood king?" and the results caused even more chaos. In one poll, Maurice led with 53%. And his supporters flooded the comments with victory posts like, "The people have spoken," and "Crown our king already." But when Bryan's fans caught wind of it, they launched their own counter polls, turning the tables and shouting, "Numbers don't lie, Bryan remains undefeated." Entertainment bloggers saw what was happening and immediately jumped in. Some even fanned the flames, comparing both men's performances in recent projects. When Maurice starred in a romantic blockbuster alongside Parwat, fans said his energy was unmatched. But when Bryan appeared opposite Sonia Uche in a slow-burn romantic series, his subtlety and deep emotional delivery had viewers swooning. "Maurice brings heat," one blogger said. "Bryan brings depth." Together, they represent two sides of Nollywood's evolution. But fans didn't want peace. No, they wanted victory. Every time either actor posted a photo or clip online, the opposing camp would flood the comments. Under one of Maurice's posts, someone wrote, "Where are Bryan's fans now? This man just raised the bar again." Within minutes, replies started flying in, "Raised what bar? Bryan did that years ago. Stop comparing a student to a master. The argument went on for hours, with thousands of likes and replies. Even neutral fans began saying, at this point, we're just enjoying the show. Things escalated when both actors appeared at an award event. Cameras captured Bryan walking up to Maurice to exchange a handshake and a brief laugh, but fans twisted it instantly. Some Maurice fans said Bryan was showing respect to the new king, while Bryan's camp insisted it was just him being classy, as usual. The video went viral, with captions like Old Nollywood versus New Nollywood and The Passing of the Torch or just mutual respect. The debate hit every gossip page, and everyone had an opinion. On TikTok, creators began making side-by-side edits comparing their best movie scenes, romantic moments, and even interviews. Maurice fans highlighted his playful, heartwarming energy, while Bryan's supporters showcased his mature, commanding presence. One fan even made a compilation titled Charm vs. Class, and it hit 1.2 million views in 24 hours. The comment section was pure chaos, people choosing sides, arguing endlessly, and tagging their friends to join the battle. In one fiery thread, a fan wrote, Maurice Sam is the reason Nollywood is trending with younger audiences. Bryan had his time, but it's Maurice's era now. Another replied, you people keep saying era as if Bryan ever left. Respect the legend. Yet another chimed in, they are both great, but let's be honest, Maurice connects with emotions, Bryan connects with elegance. The debate had no end. The fan war grew so massive that even entertainment shows began referencing it, calling it the Great Nollywood Divide. But amidst the chaos, both Maurice and Bryan have remained completely calm, almost as if they are enjoying the show. During a recent interview, when asked about the fan rivalry, Maurice simply smiled and said, we are all just doing what we love. The love from fans means a lot. Bryan, on his part, responded in his usual composed tone, saying, I appreciate the passion. At the end of the day, it's all love for Nollywood. Their calmness only added more fuel to the drama, with fans saying, see how humble they both are, but my fave is still winning. One trending moment that took the rivalry to another level was when Maurice dropped behind-the-scenes clips from his latest movie with Sonia Uche. The internet went wild with comments like, this chemistry is why Bryan can never compete. But Bryan's fans struck back a few days later when a trailer of Bryan and Paul Watts' project surfaced, filled with emotional tension and breathtaking visuals. Comments like, Bryan shows what maturity looks like, and, this is not acting, this is experience, started flooding in. As days passed, the war spread across YouTube reaction videos, X threads, and even Facebook Nollywood fan groups. It was no longer just about acting, fans were comparing fashion, interviews, social media presence, and even who had a better smile. One viral tweet read, Maurice Sam looks like your sweet boyfriend. Bryan Okwara looks like the man your boyfriend fears. Another fan added, Maurice makes you blush, Bryan makes you think. Those kinds of posts only intensified the drama. What made it even crazier was that female fans started creating fantasy scenarios online. If Bryan and Maurice ever starred in one movie together, the internet would break, one person wrote. Another fan suggested, imagine a movie where they both fall for the same woman, that would be the biggest Nollywood hit ever. Directors even began teasing the idea, saying that pairing them in one film could be a marketing goldmine. But fans aren't waiting for that, they are already fighting the imaginary war like their lives depend on it. Despite all the noise, one thing everyone agrees on is that both actors have redefined Nollywood's modern image. Maurice Sam represents the fresh, energetic, emotionally driven new wave, while Bryan Okwara stands as the pillar of class, legacy, and timeless charisma. But leave it to the fans to turn admiration into a rivalry. The internet has become their battleground, and each new post or project from these two stars is like a new round in the ongoing war. Some neutral fans are even begging for peace. One user wrote, both men are talented, can't we just love them both? But of course, peace doesn't trend, drama does. And this particular drama shows no sign of slowing down. Each time one fan base tries to calm things down, another viral clip reignites the flame. A fan from the Bryan Army once commented, you can't compete where you don't compare, and Maurice's fans flooded in replying, then stop trying so hard, grandma generation. The insults fly, but the engagement unmatched. Even Nollywood insiders are quietly enjoying the free publicity. One producer was quoted saying, "This rivalry is good for business. Every time fans argue, they promote our movies." He's not wrong. Both actors' recent projects have seen massive boost in views and social media buzz. The rivalry, intentional or not, has become a marketing phenomenon. In truth, the so-called internet war is less about hate and more about passion. Maurice's fans see him as their generation's icon, while Bryan's supporters see him as a living legend. It's the old meeting the new, and in that clash lies the beauty of Nollywood's evolution. Whether it's the younger crowd screaming, "Maurice for life," or the seasoned fans saying, "Bryan paved the way," it's clear both men have captured hearts across generations. As one viral comment summed it up perfectly, Maurice and Bryan are like fire and ice. You can't pick one without respecting the other. And maybe that's the real story here, a story of two stars, two styles, and two armies of fans who keep Nollywood alive through their passion, love, and sometimes chaos. But one thing's for sure, this internet war has turned into one of the most entertaining fan rivalries the industry has ever seen. And whether you're waving the Maurice flag or standing firm in Bryan's army, you can't deny that both men have elevated the game in their own way. So to all my amazing viewers and listeners, tell me, whose side are you on? Are you Team Maurice Sam, the people's favorite with the golden smile? Or are you with Bryan Okwara, the king of calm and timeless charm? Whatever your answer, drop it in the comments and let the battle continue, because this war isn't ending anytime soon. Don't forget to subscribe to Stress Ninja TV, your #1 source for everything hot, trending, and unfiltered straight out of Nollywood. Turn on notifications, share with your friends, and keep watching because the gist never stops here. We bring you the drama, the chemistry, and the truth, raw and real. Until next time, stay tuned for more exclusive Nollywood fire, only on Stress Ninja.